good day, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Wednesday night, and this is the 23rd of August, 2023. I think we're around 6:25 or so. All right. You know that you've got the debate tonight for the Republicans. You know tomorrow they're going to take the airwaves away from you between Jackson Hole, and we will see ex-President Trump arrested, probably a mugshot. Showing on all that because they're taking everybody else and putting up their mugshot, so I assume we'll see his. We know that the Wagner Group leader is supposedly been shot out of the sky and killed. Now, I use the word supposedly. We have to find out if he is. If he isn't, I would imagine the rest of his life will be spent trying to kill Putin to get back, if he's not dead. He might be dead. Putin has a way, as you know, of poisoning, denying it, killing people. We didn't do it. I can go on. And of course, that missile that went up in Russia that we all saw the videos of tonight, that wasn't them. He had nothing to do with that either. He was giving out medals today when that was taking place. I hope you saw that because you have to laugh at it. Not that I like killing anybody, positive, negative, any which way. But he's just a killer. He's a dictator killer. The Russian people love him. They're entitled to. That's what makes life go round. Doesn't mean we have to. All right. So as I look at everything and see it, I go, okay, what about Nvidia? So let's get rid of the elephant in the room and talk about it. So these were the numbers, all right? The earnings per share, a blowout, 270 versus the estimated 209. Revenue jumped up, over $2 billion more than the market expected. The gross margin jumped another 1.9%. They were 70.6. Now they're at 72.5%. So this is minting money. That's what it is. They're going to buy back $25 billion of their stock over time now. They didn't give you and say, hey, it's going to be as of such and such a date. And their forward guidance, not bad. They're only going to go up 25%. So what they're really saying is, listen, gang, we are the gorilla in the room. We can do what we want because we don't have any competition, and this is how the game's going to be played. You don't say it that way, but if you think of the analogy to Tesla when it first began electric cars, they had all the margin, all the profit they want. They're doing it. Everybody said they're losing, and they did. Then they got things up and going, and they went. Well, Nvidia is not a startup as Tesla was. They have a monster gaming business. They've got subscriptions. They've got cloud business. They've got galore things. In the cards I use here in the house, they're all Nvidia cards. They're the best on the market, in my opinion. So you look at this, you work with it, and you go, okay, so what do? They have time. What do I mean by that? Nobody can compete with them. You're not buying Intel because they're a chip maker and they're going to be right on top of what NVIDIA is doing. Same in AMD. I can go on and on. Some of the software companies will go with them. Their suppliers will jump with them. Why not? They've got all these orders. The other thing you got to remember is their forward guidance with all these orders is there. You have to always worry about the word double booking. And that is when you put in orders for things you know you're not going to get. It hits their books, but as soon as you can get it, I really don't want it. So, enough said, all right? Now, I'm not going to cover that again. We're done. I rarely do. But it's going to be the thing that moves in the morning, the NASDAQ, which in turn impacts these other markets, all of them. That's why I brought it up. When we take a look at the stock market, you made your run for the 18-day average, and you didn't quite hit it. Up closes. All right. You know you got there and hit the numbers on the daily charts. They hit perfect. We'll go through it. Here's the chart. Now we're coming back up. Last rally high. If you take it out, you still only neutralize the market. Here's your resistance point coming in the marketplace. And here you are. You hit your Bollinger Bands. You were running them. Got down to your 100-day average zone combined. And what do I teach? I teach, and I'm redoing my whole charting course now. I want to get it done before Christmas because that's what I'm hoping you'll buy for somebody that you care about. And the course is going to be the best one I ever did. But as I look at that and I said, okay, that's where I think the pros are coming out. There's no edge in staying much beyond that. Now, you're in a resistance point. I want to remind you, because you're tomorrow going to get all caught up with everything in Jackson Hole. The worst month of the year, traditionally, doesn't mean it will be. It's like saying the seasonal trade in gasoline, which is up right now, it's not rallying. But traditionally, that's all I want to point out, is September. So this rally, to me, I'm licking my lips, wondering what should I be doing with it? How's that? I look at the market here. I can see that you lost the bearish embedded reading. Remember, I believe momentum leads price. Over and over, you hear me say that. So right here, you're still bearish. You lose the momentum yesterday. I'm looking for this market to get to the 18-day average of closes. Didn't. And right now, you're there. Right now. Bye-bye. Miss American Pie. NASDAQ, same thing. Out of the downtrend, you finally broke this whole thing. You came up. But is the whole NASDAQ made up of Nvidia? I don't think so. So little caution is what I'd say. You lost the embedded reading. You had your rally there. Terrific. I now wash my hands. There's no trend. I got a higher high, lower low. I let you own it. I don't want my clients in that. You're still bearish in the Dow. You haven't lost the embedded reading. I have no stomach for going short on a little bitty rally to get back to the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band and then the 200 under it. But give me a rally, I get excited about possibilities. Same identical thing in the Russell. And the Russell's flirting. The word is, with one eye, blinking at you, flirting with losing the embedded reading. We'll see if it does it. I have told my clientele, no, I don't think that you want to be short into those numbers. Let's make the market tell us what it's going to do next. But overall, in the back of my mind, and that's all that it is, because at the end of the day, I'm a chartist, that September break looms very large. What can make it happen? Well, the Fed. What can make it happen? CPI numbers that are bad. We had PPI today. You see the economy slowing down, not only here, but all of Eurozone. They saw both contraction in industry and in service sector. We saw the industrial sector fall on the PPI for the manufacturing, slipping a little, not a lot, slipping a little bit in the service sector. That should get hurt a little bit more September, I would assume, as we stop going out as much as we are, stop traveling, the vacations come basically to an end, we hunker in again. Summer's not over, though, so got to remember that, and COVID made us all enjoy these days, no question about it. And by the way, what about the next COVID shots we all have to get? What about COVID spreading? Things you got to start thinking about. There's the variant there. I'm hearing everybody say that you should be getting ready for the booster, the flu shots, RSV potentially. So they're getting us ready. There's a problem there. And it is a problem, understand. That doesn't mean that they won't figure out exactly how this thing is mutated and we get our proper shots. They're getting very close to where that's going to be. But there's a problem. There's a certain amount of people that don't want to get vaccinated. They feel strong. They didn't do it last time. They don't have to do it this time. Sure. Then we look at the bounce here. Now, I don't know what the Fed's going to say, the Fed chair. I don't know what the other members are going to say that attend. Everybody's going to be there. I don't know what the Japanese central bankers are going to say, the European central bankers. Everybody's coming to town for a party, and everybody's got something to say in some manner. You do know that. Why not sit back for a day or so and do this? Let me hear what they're going to say. How does it affect the market? I know I got to trade light next week because it's the week before Labor Day. Maybe I'll do some digesting of things. I'm a broker that often tells clients you don't have to be in every single moment. If the dollar loses the embedded reading by closing under 79 tomorrow, the odds favor you're going back to that 18-day average, all right? So be very careful. All I was looking for was that Bollinger Band, and I want to thank you. In the euro, all I was looking for was the Bollinger Band. If you lose the embedded rating, I think you're going to pop to the upside. I told you that I don't think it's tradable in the pounds when the Bollinger Bands wrap their arms this way and get that close to the 18-day average. Let it break out. It will, one way or the other, and we'll take a hard look at it. Bitcoin today said, no more downtrend. Doesn't mean you're in an uptrend. But this whole break, now you have a big outside day to the upside, and you broke the pattern of lower highs, lower lows. Learn outside days, what they mean. The course on our website, iraepstein.com, under education, is just waiting for you. It's not a long course. You can master it in one day. One day. Morning. Couple hours. And you got it. Brent versus WTI oil. Brent is still acting stronger. You can see that. But we've come down, not up in the oil. And that's because the word is that there's more supply. Word is China's not buying as much. Word is economies, you're looking at the PMIs in the Western world, they're weakening. Do you need as much? That becomes the problem. Now, we have been taking a tremendous amount of WTI oil out of Cushing. If you saw the API yesterday, you saw the EIA today, you can see how much we've taken out. You'll say, well, oh boy, that's dangerous. It is typical that you do that. It's the question of how fast can you replenish. Why? Because the refiners are getting it. It's right there in front of them. They take it all out. Then they get what they need, and then everything, the vats for it, the oil, the fuel, everything fills up again. Gasoline, as I told you, this is a seasonal move that's supposed to go, I think it's the 20th to the 28th. There's one of them's the 14th to the 28th, either the, forgot which one by my memory, but that's what it does. Resistance back at the 260 level, but not an uptrend on that chart. Not heating oil is, not this. Natural gas, still very much in a downtrend. I was looking today, woke up and I heard, what is this? Dutch natural gas, which is what Europe really is using, was down 18%. Love it. Take some inflation out for them. That's what we want to see. We want to see them able to fill up all their caverns, everything they need, so that they're not at the mercy of what Russia tries to do to everybody, which is cut off food, cut off the gas. By the way, and I wrote tonight, I gave all the comments of a video speech from Tuesday night to the BRICS nations that Putin gave. You got to give the man credit. He's got a great propaganda machine. I mean, if you believe one word of it, and I'm sure the Russian people do, we are to blame. It's the United States' fault for all of this. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so I want to remind you, our free offers. This is a perfect time for you to take advantage of them and take some of those courses. But these are just 6. This page scrolls down. You just click on the ones you want. You take it from there. It's iraepstein.com. Free offers, top left. Move your cursor up here. If you're watching me on a PC, it'll take you there as well. I'm Ira. You have a good day. I'll talk to you first thing in the morning. Watch the debate tonight. And, of course, Trump is on Tucker Carlson. Is it Tucker? Yeah, I think he's on with Tucker. You have a good day.